Hello, welcome to Slightly Urban. So I thought I'd show you this project I'm in the middle of. It's out here in the garden. And it's already underway. This is a kit that I got off of Amazon. This is the Kingbird greenhouse kit. It's 6.6 by 15 by 6.6. And this is how far I've gotten so far. As you can see, I've done some modifications to it to try to strengthen it up and customize it for my needs. So I thought I'd show you a few of the things that I'm doing, and maybe that'll spark an idea for you in your garden or greenhouse kit. And this is going to be our test model, our experiment with greenhouse usage. See how that goes for us. And I needed to update this space in this small garden area anyway. This looks like this fits in here pretty good. I think it's going to be fine for this space. So this is the Kingbird, the 6.6 by 15 by 6.6 feet Kingbird greenhouse. It was only a couple $100, not quite a couple $100. I forget exactly how much it was, but I liked it because it was small and I thought it would fit right here. I liked the feature that it has a door on either end of it. I'm not too concerned with the vent windows on the side. I wished it was a little taller. I saw some videos where people would raise it up and put it, build a wall, I don't know, a couple feet, 1.5 feet, 2 feet tall, and then set it on it. So I thought about doing that, but like I said, this is just kind of an experiment to see how the greenhouse thing's going to work for us. This little garden spot's worked pretty good. It does get quite warm here. There's lots of sun, but we're going to give it a shot. See if we can make something work. As you can see, I've modified it quite a little bit. I put the frame together and it seemed pretty flimsy. And I wasn't sure how long that's going to last. In a perfect world, it'd probably sit there forever, but get a good thunderstorm come through here, some real high winds, I could see it getting all bent up, gimped up. So some of the videos that I watched, others did this modification where they framed up a doorway, and I'm kind of to that point. I haven't built the doors for it yet, but that's coming next. So let me show you what I did here. I've got 2 raised beds, 2 feet by 15 feet approximately. It's 2 by 6 material, so it's not real tall, but it's tall enough. That's what I've used in the past, so that's what I'm going to stick with. I set me a 2 by 6 down on top of it, toenailed it in there or screwed it in. And then I run a 2x4 up the front of it, cut it off at an angle so that the bow, that the hoop or whatever that's called, can sit right on top of it. I framed this area in here so that I have some strength for my shelf. And then I put a diagonal in here to maintain that shape. Little spreader up here to have a consistent width. And I had these long 2x4s just laying in the shop. If I was to go buy them, I'd probably put a 2x6 up there, but you see how long these 2x4s last. And they really stiffened it up a whole bunch. So that's pretty good. Inside these raised beds, I've staked them to the ground, down into the ground. The stakes are about 2 feet long. I just drove them down into the ground and then nailed it to the side of the bed. I got those, it's kind of buried right now. I got the dirt in here, but they're on the end, and a couple in the middle here and a couple on the end there, and I've got that on both sides like that. I got my water line coming up here. It's actually in the ground here. It's just I don't know, 5 or 6 inches under the earth here. Comes down and comes back up in here, so when it's all sealed up there won't be a big gap there. I used some EMT clamps, clamped it or screwed it right to the raised bed. I've also set the raised bed on top of the framework. I mean, it's on top of it, so it's sitting on it, and periodically I put these brackets in here, little L brackets, so it goes down and then goes under this framework just to keep it from popping out or something, I don't know. And then screwed that down there just to kind of hold it into place. So in effect, these raised beds are my foundation, and I've got those anchored to the ground pretty good. All this wood is just Douglas fir. There's no pressure treated wood involved here. These are some older beds that I had in here. There's a few remnants, some corner pieces, 4x4s. These are pressure treated, but they're just, I just didn't take them out. They're just a little bitty piece here in a couple of the corners. So that's really the only pressure treated material involved. I'm fixing to throw some straps over the top of these, maybe along the way down there, just to hold it into place a little better. I'm going to put some tape over these fasteners and around some of these edges I did sand this down so I didn't run into a bunch of sharp spots and tear my cover. Well, I got the top put on. There was 2 of us, so it made it easier. You could probably do it with 1 person, but with 2 it's actually quite a bit easier. I secured the cover at the bottom with some boards screwed to my raised beds to hold the cover in place. And then I buried the cover in the ground. As you can see, this is still exposed. I have yet to bury this end and the other end. But I did that on both sides. I got the wood screwed to my raised bed, and then I buried it. This side as well. I've got some trim boards up outlining the door opening. I'm cutting both the screen and the cover material at the same time. Looks pretty good. I'll save this and I'll incorporate it into my doors. It's been a couple of days since I put the cover on it. Yesterday was quite rainy. It was too muddy in here. I didn't want to work in here. So I spent yesterday making some doors for this. I wanted a door at either end. So let me show you the doors. These are the doors that I made. I made it so in the future, if I wanted to, I could split it in the middle, turn this into a Dutch door if I felt like I needed to have a screen in there. I wasn't sure if I'm going to need it, so I just made a door utilizing the material that I cut out. It's just a barn door latch. It's got a latch on both sides. I got a little latch right here to hold it open. As you can see, I put a fan in it, because I think all good greenhouses have a fan. I can slide it one way or another because it is kind of low. This 2x4 just pivots and I can just slide it in the middle if I want. My wiring is up here. It's just an extension cord that I'm plugged into. I've checked and it is Fire Marshal Bill approved. I saw an episode where he approved that, so I feel good about it. This is my little latch that I put in here. And later in the season, I can just move that out of the way. Opens that space up in case some plants need to grow up that tall. Both sides are the same. This door is the same way. Got a little latch back here. They fit pretty good. I got these barn door latches off of Amazon. I wanted something I could operate from both sides. So if you go in there, you want to shut the door, you can, then you can still get out. You can throw a padlock on here if you're concerned about it. Overall, I think it turned out pretty good. I'm just about done with it. I don't know what else I can do. Oh yeah, I did put a threshold down here along the bottom. Give a little something for this door to seal to. It actually seals pretty good around it. You know, there's not going to be a whole lot of wind howling through that. It's not weatherproof. It's not like a house door. It's definitely not like the Kingbird kit that you buy. It's definitely upgraded and modified. I've done quite a bit to it. It's sturdy as can be. The way you did the framing inside there. So I'm glad it's got some, you know, power in there, extension cord out here to it. Got my little fan in there. I've got my water that I still have yet to complete, but you know, that'll automatically water off a timer. I think it's anchored to the ground pretty good. So I'm real happy with it. I think the cover piece is a pretty good material. I think it'll hold up good. As long as it's UV protected. We'll see how many years it does last. That's the weak link here, is that cover piece. Now that I did this framing. So I'm pretty happy with it. I'll see if I can get anything to grow in it, and I think it'll work fine. We'll see how long it lasts. Hopefully it give you an idea or two to upgrade your greenhouse and make it a little more user friendly. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.